Good morning. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Meila Anggun Parassita with last student number 092. And here I would perform my midterm test for debate with motion. This house would let the government fully own and manage all public transportation in Indonesia. So, as the government team, I would like to start the debate by giving a framing issue which emphasizes on the inequality of transportation access in Indonesia as the major problem, and I would make the audience believe that transportation access is a right, not just an ordinary services. Moreover, I would make this motion seems important and urgent. Okay, next we move to the status quo. As we know that currently the management of public transportation in Indonesia are divided between the government and also the private companies. In big cities like Jakarta, we can see that the government run system like Transjakarta. However, in many rural and regional areas, they still rely on private companies. This condition creates inequality and inconsistency in service quality, pricing, and also accessibility. In addition, private companies are often prioritize profit over public interest, and the government has limited control over their operation. This problem shows that this current system are fails to serve all Indonesians equally. So, to solve this problem, our team would propose a policy where the government can own and manage all the public transportation in Indonesia with program called Satranas, which stands for Satu Transportasi Nasional. Decentralized ownership allows us to ensure that all regions are receiving the same services. And here is the argument that will be bring by the opening government. They would bring the equity and accessibility. They will talk that the government can make sure that all areas, including rural areas, are receiving the same quality of transportation services when the government own and manage all of the public transportation in Indonesia. And the next argument are about standardization. Uh, the tariffs and the quality of the public transportation can be standardized if under one nation management. And for the closing government, that would bring an argument about safety and accountability. It is would likely to be easier to monitor and hold accountable if all of the public transportation are owned and managed by the government. And also they would make a summary from all of the arguments that are being said. And from all of the argument, the opposition team can rebut by mentioning that the government can still manage and supervise the service of the public transportation without having to own and manage it directly. Now, let's move to the opposition team. For the opposition team, I would like to start with the framing issue, which focuses on changing from owning to service effectivity and oppose the assumption that government is always better than private company by showing that centralization are often lead to inefficiencies, stagnation, and also lack of innovation. As the opposition team, I would like to stick to the status quo. As for now, Indonesia are uses hybrid system where the government are run the services like major services like MRT and KRL, while the private companies are operated bus, angkot, and other online services. This system allows for healthy competition and also encourages innovation. While the system is not perfect, we believe that this current system provides flexibility and also diversity. And here are the arguments that we would bring. For the opening team, we would bring about inefficiency where the government are often slow and also lack of innovation. So we could imagine that all of the public transportation are owned and managed by the government, how it would be. And the next is about healthy competition. The private sectors trigger service improvement through competition. There are more than one ownership. The owner would like to be better and better and better so that the customers will choose them to be used. For the closing opposition, I would bring and mention about job losses. If all of the public transportation are owned and managed by the government, the private companies and the workers would be would lose their job and also would be jobless, and how it would impact the economic in Indonesia. And also the next is the closing opposition would present and provide an example that show that hybrid system are successfully work, like in countries in Japan. And from all of the argument above, the government team can rebut by mentioning that private sectors are not always efficient. Sometimes they're just an exploitative, and they just often prioritize profit over public interest. Well, I think that's all from me. I apologize for all of the inconvenience and also all the mistakes. Thank you.